Not every remarkable home announces itself through grandeur. Some reveal their beauty quietly, asking only for patience and careful observation. Hidden within one of Paris' timeless neighborhoods stands a vintage apartment where ordinary routines become unforgettable experiences. Here, every sunrise, every shadow, and every gentle movement across the rooms unfolds with the grace of a masterpiece in motion, reminding us that true luxury is often found in the beauty of everyday living. Paris has always been a city where architecture and daily life exist in remarkable harmony. Streets lined with elegant Haussmann façades, graceful balconies, and rows of limestone buildings create an atmosphere that feels both monumental and intimate. Rather than chasing modern spectacle, this neighborhood quietly preserves traditions, allowing every passerby to experience history not inside museums alone, but woven naturally into everyday life. Long before stepping through its entrance, the apartment introduces itself through the rhythm of its surroundings. Morning light gently washes across cobblestone streets while bicycles glide past antique storefronts and neighborhood cafes prepare their first cups of coffee. Flower boxes overflow from wrought iron balconies above, and mature plane trees soften the elegant geometry of the boulevard. Nothing feels rushed. Every ordinary movement contributes to an atmosphere that seems carefully composed like a living painting. The building itself does not seek attention through extravagance. Its creamy limestone facade carries subtle traces of weather, softened by decades of changing seasons. Decorative moldings remain beautifully intact, while tall French windows reflect shifting skies throughout the day. Ornamental iron balconies introduce delicate craftsmanship that quietly celebrates Parisian artistry, proving that beauty often grows richer as materials mature rather than fade. The original entrance door stands as both an invitation and a quiet promise. Rich oak panels display the gentle marks left by generations of careful hands, while polished brass handles glow softly beneath the morning sun. Crossing this threshold feels less like entering a residence and more like stepping into a story that has patiently unfolded across centuries, where each visitor becomes another chapter within its continuing narrative. Inside, a graceful stone staircase ascends with effortless elegance. Wrought iron railings curve like delicate brushstrokes against pale walls, while worn marble steps reveal subtle signs of countless journeys taken over many decades. Every ascent feels ceremonial, transforming the simple act of climbing toward the apartment into a quiet ritual where architecture gently slows the pace of modern life. The moment the apartment door opens, the atmosphere changes almost imperceptibly. Natural light stretches gracefully across aged herringbone parquet floors, revealing warm tones developed through generations of sunlight. Fresh air moves gently through tall French windows, carrying distant city sounds softened by thick masonry walls. Rather than overwhelming the senses, the interior welcomes visitors with remarkable calm, inviting them to slow down and truly observe. Before furniture, before artwork, and before architectural ornament, light establishes the apartment's personality. Morning sunshine filters through delicate linen curtains, gradually revealing carved moldings, marble fireplaces, antique mirrors, and textured walls. Every passing hour redraws the rooms with new colors and subtle shadows, allowing ordinary spaces to transform continuously without a single object ever moving from its place. The living room is not introduced by its furniture alone but by its atmosphere. Soft upholstery, carefully restored antiques, and thoughtfully collected artworks seem perfectly comfortable sharing the same space without competing for attention. Instead, they collaborate quietly, creating an environment where reading, conversation, music, or simple silence all feel equally important, as though daily life itself has become the room's greatest decoration. Paintings rest naturally upon the walls without demanding admiration. Sculptures occupy corners with gentle confidence, while handcrafted ceramics introduce warmth rather than perfection. None of these pieces feel staged for display. Instead, they exist as trusted companions to everyday routines, proving that art reaches its fullest expression when it becomes inseparable from ordinary moments rather than reserved for special occasions. Standing quietly within this first room, it becomes clear that this apartment is not simply a collection of beautiful interiors. It is a carefully preserved rhythm of living where architecture, craftsmanship, light, and memory move together in perfect harmony. Every doorway ahead promises another chapter, another emotion, and another reminder that the most extraordinary masterpieces are often created through the quiet repetition of ordinary days. Beyond the living room, the dining space reveals itself with remarkable restraint. A long antique oak table stands beneath a crystal chandelier whose gentle reflections shift with the daylight. The room does not celebrate grand feasts alone. It honors quiet breakfasts, handwritten letters, afternoon conversations, and evenings when a simple meal becomes the most meaningful event of the day. Here, furniture serves not only function but also memory. Every morning begins with small rituals that rarely attract attention, yet inside this apartment they unfold with quiet beauty. The gentle sound of porcelain meeting polished wood, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee drifting through open French windows, and the soft glow of sunlight resting upon linen curtains create a composition that feels almost choreographed. Nothing is hurried, because every ordinary gesture deserves its own moment. Unlike modern kitchens designed to impress through technology alone, this vintage Paris kitchen celebrates craftsmanship and permanence. Marble countertops display delicate veins shaped over millions of years, while aged brass fixtures develop a warm patina earned through decades of daily use. Open shelves hold carefully chosen ceramics, copper cookware, and glass jars that transform practical necessities into quiet expressions of timeless beauty. Look closely, and every material begins to reveal its own history. Tiny scratches across the wooden countertop speak of countless family recipes prepared with patience. The worn edges of cabinet handles remember thousands of ordinary mornings, while subtle imperfections in handmade tiles remind us that true craftsmanship embraces individuality rather than flawless uniformity. Time has not diminished these materials, it has completed them. The tall French windows perform a role far greater than providing daylight. They create an ongoing conversation between the apartment and the city beyond. Gentle breezes carry distant church bells, soft conversations from neighboring balconies, and the rustling leaves of boulevard trees into the interior. The boundary between home and Paris becomes beautifully blurred, allowing everyday life outside to enrich the quiet atmosphere within. Connecting each room is a hallway that refuses to be merely transitional. Original parquet flooring stretches beneath carefully framed artwork, while subtle wall moldings guide the eye with graceful rhythm. Walking through this passage encourages a slower pace, almost as if the architecture itself wishes to remind every visitor that beauty often exists between destinations rather than only at their arrival. The library is not arranged for display but for discovery. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves embrace volumes collected across generations, their weathered bindings introducing muted colors that complement the surrounding architecture. Comfortable seating faces both the books and the windows, encouraging quiet reflection where reading becomes less an activity and more an intimate conversation with ideas preserved through time. The bedroom welcomes the first light of dawn with extraordinary softness. Delicate linen drapes filter the rising sun into warm golden tones that slowly awaken antique furniture without startling the senses. A carefully restored fireplace, simple floral arrangements, and muted textiles create an atmosphere where rest feels deeply connected to nature's own rhythm rather than the demands of modern schedules. There is remarkable elegance in routines that often pass unnoticed. Folding a blanket, opening a window, arranging fresh flowers, or selecting a favorite book each evening become meaningful gestures within surroundings designed to encourage mindfulness. This apartment teaches that thoughtful interior design is not measured by luxury alone, but by its ability to elevate life's simplest moments into lasting memories. Rather than existing as separate spaces, the rooms flow together like movements within a carefully composed symphony. Light travels effortlessly from one interior to another, reflections shift across antique mirrors, and subtle color palettes create visual continuity throughout the apartment. The experience feels cinematic, as though each doorway reveals another carefully framed scene in an endlessly unfolding work of art. As the afternoon slowly approaches its golden hour, the apartment prepares for another transformation. Shadows lengthen across herringbone floors, sunlight grows warmer upon limestone walls, and every carefully chosen object begins reflecting softer tones. Nothing inside has physically changed, yet the atmosphere feels entirely renewed, reminding us that within truly timeless interiors, even the passing of light becomes an essential element of design. As the afternoon slowly gives way to evening, the apartment enters one of its most enchanting moments. Golden sunlight pours through the tall French windows, brushing softly across the herringbone parquet and climbing the intricate wall moldings with remarkable grace. Marble fireplaces begin to glow with warm reflections, antique mirrors scatter fragments of amber light, and every carefully chosen object seems to awaken under nature's gentle brush. Nothing has moved, yet the entire interior feels transformed, proving that light is perhaps the greatest artist this home has ever known. Hidden behind an elegant paneled door, the bathroom offers an atmosphere of calm rather than extravagance. White marble surfaces, polished nickel fixtures, and vintage-inspired fittings create a space where craftsmanship quietly outshines luxury. Natural daylight filters through frosted glass, softening every texture while fresh flowers introduce subtle fragrance into the room. Even the simplest evening ritual feels elevated, reminding us that thoughtful design has the power to transform necessity into a peaceful daily experience. One of the apartment's greatest achievements lies not in decoration but in the honesty of its materials. Solid oak floors continue to deepen in character with every passing season. Limestone walls breathe naturally, regulating both warmth and moisture with quiet efficiency. Linen fabrics soften beautifully through everyday use, while brass develops a richer patina year after year. Together, these materials demonstrate a philosophy increasingly rare in contemporary interiors: beauty should mature with time rather than resist it. Every carved molding, every handcrafted cabinet, and every carefully restored antique reveals a devotion to patience that modern production rarely allows. Skilled artisans once shaped these details by hand, understanding that lasting beauty could never be rushed. Their work survives not because it remained untouched, but because generations chose to preserve it with respect. The apartment quietly reminds us that craftsmanship is measured not only by precision, but also by endurance. Within these rooms, antique furniture never feels frozen in history. A century-old writing desk still welcomes fresh pages every morning. An heirloom armchair continues offering comfort beside the library window. Crystal glassware catches candlelight during intimate dinners just as it may have generations ago. These treasured objects are not relics behind glass. They remain active participants in everyday life, carrying yesterday's stories while embracing today's moments. Perhaps the most remarkable designer of this apartment has never held a pencil or drawn a blueprint. Time itself has shaped every atmosphere found here. Sunlight has gradually softened wood finishes. Countless footsteps have polished the parquet floors. Gentle hands have worn smooth the brass handles. Quiet conversations have filled these rooms with invisible memories. Instead of erasing beauty, time has patiently refined it, leaving behind an interior that feels impossible to recreate overnight. This apartment never presents the same experience twice. Spring fills its open windows with fresh air and flowering balconies. Summer stretches long golden evenings across the living room floor. Autumn introduces richer colors and quieter afternoons, while winter gathers family and friends around the warmth of the marble fireplace. Without changing a single piece of furniture, the home gracefully evolves alongside the natural rhythm of the year, proving that timeless design welcomes change rather than resisting it. It becomes increasingly clear that the apartment's greatest masterpiece is not its architecture, nor its carefully collected antiques, nor even its remarkable craftsmanship. Its greatest masterpiece is the life unfolding within it every single day. A book opened beside the window. Fresh flowers arranged upon an antique table. The quiet sound of tea being poured. Sunlight slowly crossing the floor. Together, these ordinary moments become living works of art that no gallery could ever fully capture. For centuries, Parisian interiors have reflected a philosophy that values permanence over fashion and character over perfection. This apartment embodies that tradition with remarkable authenticity. Rather than pursuing constant reinvention, it embraces thoughtful preservation, allowing each generation to contribute another subtle layer to its story. Here, elegance is never loud. Beauty is never forced, and luxury is measured by the richness of everyday experience rather than excess. As evening settles beyond the French windows and the city lights begin to shimmer across the boulevard, the apartment grows wonderfully quiet once again. Lamps cast warm pools of light upon aged oak floors, while gentle shadows soften every architectural detail. Yet nothing feels finished. Tomorrow morning, sunlight will return, coffee will once again fill the air with familiar comfort, and another ordinary day will quietly become another unforgettable chapter within this timeless home. Leaving this vintage Paris apartment is not simply stepping outside a beautifully designed home. It is leaving behind a way of living that celebrates patience, craftsmanship, memory, and the quiet poetry of everyday routines. From its graceful limestone facade to its thoughtfully preserved interiors, every space reminds us that extraordinary beauty rarely demands attention. It reveals itself slowly through the moments we often overlook. And perhaps that is the apartment's greatest lesson. When a home is shaped with care, filled with history, and lived in with intention, every ordinary moment truly unfolds like a masterpiece in motion.